Hey, howdy, hey, I'm Joshua Lisec. I am the world's only award-winning, celebrity-recommended, #1 international best-selling certified professional ghostwriter. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the snow. No, we're not here to talk about that either. We are here to talk about the 5 different types of editing. Now, as a certified professional ghostwriter, I dole out all 5 types of editing, which are ghostwriting, developmental editing, line editing, copy editing, and proofreading. You are an aspiring author. You want to hear from someone who's ghostwritten over 40 books to find out which type of editing makes sense for your book idea or for your manuscript. So let's go through all of them real quickly here before I freeze my buns off. The first type of editing is actually ghostwriting. Now, how do you know if you need a ghostwriter? A couple of different scenarios. Number 1, you have an idea for a book, but you don't have a lot of material fleshed out. It's kind of loosely connected ideas. Maybe English isn't your first language. Maybe you're not a professional writer. You haven't written a book before. And you'd rather share your stories with someone, share the content you've already created with someone who can then take it to that next step and actually produce a winning book, write the best version of the book, so you don't have to worry about figuring out what goes where and what's the order and what's the idea. You let someone who's done this countless times, who's sold tens of thousands of copies for clients, helped authors turn their book into hundreds of thousands of dollars, even $1 million worth of revenue. Just pass it off to the expert. If that's your situation, you need a ghostwriter. Let's say you already have some material. You have the makings of a first draft, but some of the stories are incomplete. You need additional third-party research to really flesh this thing out, to make it picture perfect. You probably need a developmental editor, which is also in the wheelhouse of a ghostwriter. Developmental editing is exactly that. You're developing a scene from 1 dimension to 3 dimension where there's dialogue and characters rather than just a retelling of what happened. The next type of editing is called line editing. This is what you need if you're in a situation where you actually already have chapters, you have the makings of a first full draft, but it doesn't quite sing. Like, all of your materials are there. Your ideas are fully fleshed out, the stories are told, the research is there, but it's just not an entertaining read, and you read it and you feel like, I can't really publish this. Something is missing. A line editor will go line by line to create the most persuasive, compelling version of what it is that you say, making suggestions, even changes to making what you have already written way more attractive, easier to read, and clear. The next type of editing is copy editing. This is where a person's objective is to make sure word choice is proper, grammar is popular. This is the type of editing you need if you are already a published author, you're a professional writer even, and you just want someone in to come along and make sure you're in line with the publishing standard Chicago manual style. You know, all the prepositions are in the right place, the punctuation, the citations, all that stuff. And then proofreading, this is the last thing. You have had a ghostwriter, you've had a developmental editor, you've had someone who's taken care of the manuscript. You want one last polish to make sure that there are no glaring errors or plagiarism or anything like that in your final draft. So those are the different 5 types of editing that are out there. Which one do you think your book needs? Let me know in the comments below, and I can hook you up with the next step to either find the right ghostwriter or to begin even editing the book yourself so that you can take it to the next level. Joshua Lisec, certified professional ghostwriter, and I will talk to you when it's warmer.